Question number 61. Why it is important to shift gears correctly? Well, obvious, guys, to keep control.
Keep control.
Correctly, to keep control. Well, who cares about the warming of the engine or engine oil?
It's warm enough.
To keep control of the vehicle. Question number 62. What three distances build up the total stopping distance of your truck or bus? About 5-10 questions ago, we encountered, you remember this similar kind of question about perception distance. And now it might help you. You just look for this. It's perception
distance,
reaction distance,
and
braking distance.
And braking distance.
Perception, reaction, braking. Perception, the first one, perception, reaction, when you react. Perception, your brain knows. Then reaction, your foot reacts. And braking distance, it takes,
mechanical characteristics
how long it
of
takes
the truck
for the vehicle to stop, actually, after you put the brake pedal. So that's three distance. Perception, reaction, braking. Okay, let's see. Yes, perception, reaction, braking. No response, no observation, no nothing. Just three. Perception, reaction, braking. Question number 63. Inverted question. Which of these actions are not recommended for a left turn? Not recommended. Which action is wrong while doing left turn? And definitely the wrong one is start at the inside lane and swing right as you turn.
And swing right.
Very important for your safety and for other drivers' safety. Never do it. That's wrong action. This is not recommended.
Never change lane on a turn.
You should use right-hand turn lane. If there are two of them, you should start your turn in the center of the intersection. But when you're asked about what is not recommended, this one is not recommended. Actually, it's prohibited strictly. Start at the inside lane and swing right as you turn, because that's how you put the other drivers, at danger. Okay, let's see. Not recommended. Swing right.
No swinging. No swinging.
64. When you're passing the other vehicle, pedestrian or bicycle, you should assume that, you should assume that they may be moving to your traffic line. You should assume they are blind idiots, because it's for your safety and for their safety. You should assume they may be moving, and actually you know that sometimes it pretty frequently happens. Okay, they may be moving to your traffic light.
Be careful.
Yeah, again, question of safety. When you're passing, be ready to stop, because they may be moving to your traffic lane. Question number 65. In your mirror, you see a car approaching from the rear. And next time you check your mirror, you do not see the car. You see, you do not see. And now, if you wish to change the lane now, you should. What you should do, again, obvious way to
wait. Always good action. Wait.
Until you're sure that car is not in your blind spot. Because, the mirrors, especially flat mirrors, any kind of mirrors, they do have blind spot. The area you are simply not able to see what's going on there. And that's why when you see a car, next time you don't see a car, you want to change a lane, what you do? You wait. Okay? You wait.
Now you see, now you don't.
Yeah, until you're sure. You wait. Question number 66. Which of these is the proper signal to change lane? And now I'm 100% sure you know already. You are able to, pick up the right question immediately. Okay, you should signal early. and change lane slowly
Early.
and smoothly.
This is a good word.
Early and change lane slowly and smoothly. Well, there is some, the other option which, might confuse you. You see, signal before the change. But read the whole answer. Signal before and move over quickly. That's not what you should do.
No
quickly, that's not appropriate action. You should do it slowly and smoothly. No, never quickly. Because if some other driver is in the zone, in the blind spot, and you can see, and you cannot see this driver, and you move over quickly, well, you can hit
Cause collision.
So that's why signal early and change lane slowly and smoothly. Simply do it before the change is not enough, is not good enough if you do it quickly. Alright, guys? Early, slowly, and smoothly. Early. Good. Question number 67. You're driving in the area with a few street lights. If you cannot see well with your headlights, which of the actions may help? Well, in this particular case, you are allowed to use your high beam.
When legal.
And keep your interior lights off. That's exactly the case when you actually even have to use high beams in order to be able to see well. Alright? Again, you're driving in an area with a few street lights, well, probably at the night time, right? You cannot see well with your regular headlights, low beam headlights. What you need to do? Well, now you use your high beams when legal and keep your interior lights off. Question number 68. Most serious skid results from driving too fast.
Too fast. All problems.
Well, 90% of the collision happen because people drive too fast for condition. Too fast.
Too fast.
Again, remember, that's a statistic. Too fast driving, that's the, 90% of all the, collision. Most serious skid results from driving too fast. Alright? Question number 69. What should be a rule about other drivers? Again, you need to read all three options, all three answers, and the correct answer here is C. Short-term or daily rental truck drivers are often not used to limited vision and pose a hazard. Yeah, they are inexperienced. Short-term daily rental truck. That's regular people, not educated commercial drivers.
First time in the big truck.
They operate they're not used to operate. They're not used to the limited vision, and definitely they pose a hazard. Be aware of such participants of the traffic. Okay, so that's true about other drivers, short-term and rental truck drivers. Not used to limited vision, okay, and definitely hazard. 70. Which is not true about bad weather and driving condition? Kind of difficult question. Again, you need to read all three of them to pick up the correct one. Not true, not true. And the correct answer is, I think B. The road is more slippery when the rain continues than when rain begins. Because again, you see guys, you are asking something which is not correct. And this is not correct because the road is less slippery when the rain continues than when rain begins. You see how it's written to trick you, okay? The road is more slippery when the rain begins than when rain continues. Okay, when you are asked about something which is not true about bad weather, please remember, something about rain. Not about the bridges, not about the freezing, something about the rain.
Slippery.
Rain. The road is, because again, you remember when rain just starts, okay, the road becomes immediately very slippery. But when the rain continues, it gets more kind of, traction. So, when not true about bad weather, it's about rain, which continues. Okay? Rain. Slippery. Question number 71. Which of these statements about hazard of vehicle fire is true? Vehicle fire is true. Which statement is correct? Poor cargo ventilation.
Poor cargo ventilation problem.
Fire. Again, you remember a few questions ago there was a question about preventing measure, and we mentioned the fact that cargo ventilation, you should check it to prevent the vehicle fire. Again, poor cargo ventilation may cause cargo to catch on fire.
Poor cargo ventilation.
Because even carrying a fully charged fire extinguisher, still fire can happen. And underinflated tire definitely can cause a vehicle tire. So those two statements are not quite correct. The true statement about fire is about cargo ventilation. Poor cargo ventilation, boom, fire might happen. Question number 72. You should wear a seat belt in a moving vehicle.
All the time.
Kindergarten question, right?
All the time.
Okay, don't even think about it. All the time. Question number 73. Which of these items is not checked for a pre-trip inspection? Again, in other words, what you don't have to check. And definitely, amount of fuel on a vehicle is not quite relevant to the safety matters. You should, 100%, you should check your lights if they are working. You should check how your cargo is secured. Well, actually, you should check definitely fuel on your vehicle, but it's not a most important priority matter. That's how you should answer this question. Because it's arguable. Yeah, you can say that fuel still need to be checked, right? But compared to other two, this one is the best choice, which is not checked for a pre-trip inspection. Compared to other two given choices, this one is the best. Again, we are not telling you that you don't have to check the fuel of your vehicle. Of course you have to. But in this particular situation, amount of fuel in the vehicle, it's a correct answer. Alright? Very good. Question number 74. Which of the statements about pre-trip inspection is true? Again, kind of difficult question, because you have just again read through all of them, and the correct answer is this one. Okay, if you need to tilt a cab,
secure.
Good
words, always secure.
Secure those things so that they could not fall or break anything. Well, obvious, but sometimes we just tend to forget it. So if you need to tilt the cab, never forget, first secure those things. They
can break your foot.
Right. Secure. Question 75. Can state inspectors inspect your truck or bus? Oh yes, they do. Of course they can. And not simply they can, but they can put you out of service if you or your vehicle is unsafe. Again, simple question, but be careful. You see, these two are very similar. Yes, but they cannot put you out of service. And the correct answer, C. Yes, state inspectors can inspect your truck or bus. And they can put you out of service if unsafe. Question number 76. Which of the statements about cargo loading is true? State law.
State law, good word.
State law. Whenever you see state law,
Dictates legal weight.
That's
limit.
what you need to be complied with. All right. Legal weight limit. State law dictates legal weight limit. And by the way, you as a driver responsible to know which state, well, different state might have different legal weight limit. And again, this is your job as a driver, as a commercial driver, to know this. All right? State law. Question number 77. Which of this is not required knowledge of driver needed a hazardous material endorsement? Basic chemistry.
Basic chemistry.
Again, they are not telling you you don't have to know basic chemistry at all. But in order to get a hazardous material endorsement, that's not the most important issue.
You don't need to be chemist.
Yeah, you need to know which products can be loaded together. You definitely need to know when and how to use the placards. But basic chemistry, that's not, well, that important in this particular case. All right? Very good. 78. To determine blood alcohol concentration level for a person, it is necessary to know what? To determine BAC, blood alcohol concentration. What do you need to know to determine the BAC? Well, do you need to know how much a person weighs? Yes, definitely. Because, the effect of alcohol depends on, well, actually on your size. It does not depend how often a person drinks alcohol. It does not depend how old a person is. It depends on how much a person weighs. Okay, when the person weighs 50 kilograms, 100 pounds, or 200 pounds, or 300 pounds, the effect of alcohol could be different. Okay, so weight. Very good. 79. Question 79. Implied consent means.
On your driver license, it said implied consent.
Yes. And the question, the right answer to this question is, see, that's important. You are giving your consent to be tested for alcohol. So you consented to be tested for alcohol in your blood. You're not giving your consent to inspect your vehicle. That's, again, irrelevant. It might be searched, your vehicle, but that's not what the implied consent means. You give your consent to be tested. If you are pulled out by the police, they can check you, and that's what, and you have to comply.
And if you refuse, your license will be suspended for 1 year.
When you are given your driver license, well, regular or commercial driver license, you do give your consent to be tested for alcohol in your blood. And if you refuse, boom, you lose your license.
For 1 year.
Very good. Question number 80. The engine brake effect is greater when it is greater. When the engine is at what level of governed round per minute, and the transmission is on what gear. Okay, so you need to choose right pair. Okay, right combination. And definitely your governed RPM by the textbook should be near the governed RPM, not below, not above. And transmission should be in lower gear. So this combination near and lower, that's what you are looking for. Okay, and that's when the engine brake effect is greater. Okay, when you slowly, smoothly operate your vehicle, your transmission, when you don't rev it up, when the governed RPM is near the recommended level and the transmission in the lower gear. Alright, and this time we didn't make mistake. You see, the program shows you did 80 questions, we did, okay, together, and 0 mistakes. So no question with wrong answers to be repeated. So you guys might either exit or go to or click on the main menu icon and continue with general knowledge 3. Okay, thank you very much for your attention and good luck for your exam. Thank you.